that Gen Z is veering over to the trades, moving away to a better alternative than, typical post-secondary education.
Yeah, my brother's a prime example. So my brother's 12 years younger than me, and he decided to just go straight into landscaping.
Yeah.
And quickly, because he's a smart guy, very talented when it comes to working with his hands, kind of leapfrogged the rest of the employees to the top of the ladder because he was smart, intelligent, had leadership skills, had been working on a job site before, project managed jobs. And so quickly moved to the top of this company. Yeah. You see more and more and more of that.
And it's good news for those entrepreneurs who are in the trades. And so this article comes by way of Entrepreneur magazine. I'm going to jump right into the main piece. It says, it's no secret that Gen Z is entrepreneurial, with research showing that the majority would take a social media creator job over a standard 9-to-5. Nearly half are going the extra mile by starting side hustles to be able to afford the normal stuff. Well, now research shows that trade school could also play into Gen Z's entrepreneurial aspirations, especially with rising AI capabilities and growing education costs. According to a January National Student Clearinghouse report, vocational community college enrollment has grown 16% since 2018. Growth was concentrated mainly in cities and suburbs, which recorded 3.5 and 3.7 respective increases in students opting for trade programs. Last year's version of the report found that enrollment in programs across construction, culinary, and mechanic trades increased 19.3%, 12.7%, and 11.5% respectively. And there's a quote here. We're seeing that 75% of Gen Z is saying that we are interested in being an entrepreneur. This comes by way of Ken Coleman of the Ramsey Show. They want to work for themselves. Trades offer a quicker, cheaper path to being able to work for themselves, create jobs for other people, and plug into, which is the real backbone of our economy, small business.
And like we always talk about, the opportunity to buy these businesses from baby boomers is very, very strong.
Yes.
This is the type of business that mechanics, contracting, those businesses were pretty much dominated by the boomers for the last 40 years.
Right.
And so those need owners. So if you got the skill, because it's not as easy, like buying a plumbing company is not just as easy as wanting to and having the money. You also need to be able to get the licensing, or at least know how to structure the business in a way so that you have people who have licenses that allow you to operate the company. But if you go to trade school for a couple of years and come out with your license and then get into an organization and work for somebody and then go buy a company, wow, man, you are in the driver's seat to leapfrog.
Right.
Instead of putting whatever $200,000 into
Columbia University,
but $200,000 with an SBA loan to go buy a $3 million business, printing $650,000 a year in net income, and be stepping into some serious cash flow.
Well, it makes me think too, with the entrepreneurs currently in those seats that one day may want to be out of those seats. We're seeing, like they pointed out, that interest in AI. So you see, like, there's a pathway here to bring this next generation of entrepreneurs into the fold, because clearly they're going to see so many of the things that they've been putting their trust in around them are crumbling.
Yep.
And so,
they'll be the innovators, right? They'll bring social media,
right,
better marketing practice, content, technology into the ecosystem, because it's just what they grew up with. It's just what they're used to. So rather than being afraid of it, they're going to be working as quickly as possible to try to adopt it and integrate it into their business.
Yeah.
And so, that's where the revolution comes from. And that's what we were talking about earlier. CPAs is the same kind of thing. That's another industry that's ripe for disruption.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty interesting over the next 20 years. I personally think it's one of the greatest times to build wealth in this country, unlike anything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
This wealth transfer buying businesses, specifically in the trades.
Well, there's a second clip we have with in this segment talking about the Gen Z choosing trades. There was this clip. This clip was floating around several weeks ago, and we didn't pull it on, but it came back up on my feed, and I wanted to pull it in because I labeled it the spirit of entrepreneurship as we talk about, this spirit of entrepreneurship that's going to be heading into the trades and really keeping the necessary industries alive. But I really appreciated this video of this guy really giving simple game, taking away excuses. And I think this same thing extends to Gen Z as we're talking about them.
You got $10? Yeah? Let me put you on something real quick. This right here is a 4x4. You're going to buy you a 4x4, and I'm going to show you what to do with it to make it kill.
$10.80.
Get home, you're going to get your speed square, and you're going to draw a straight line every half an inch all the way down the whole length of the board like this. Half an inch. Half an inch. Then you're left with a bunch of squares like this. Then get you a sander, and you're gonna go over all of them on both sides and on the edges and get them as smooth as you can. And then you're gonna Google wooden drink coasters, and you're gonna see that roughly average they sell for about $20 a 4-pack. So that $10 12-foot 4x4 you bought, you can make 288 cuts out of that piece. And then with those 288, you put them in bundles of 4, just like that, you got 72 bundles. And if you do 72 times 20 on average, that's $1,440 that you can make off of one $10 investment. There ain't no excuse for anybody to be broke.
That is the spirit of entrepreneurship,
It's the spirit
right there.
of entrepreneurship.
Except he's playing in the world of the trades, which is foreign to a lot of these kids who've never done that before.
Right.
My dad would be looking at that going, huh, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
And he would know exactly what to do, right?
Yeah.
He's got the tools, he's got the equipment to go and got some more. In fact, you should send that to me. I'll send it to him and say, get on, make $1,400 a month. Let's go.
And you just see like that's it right there. That's going to be the appealing nature because this functions, this works.
Right.
You know, not all the stuff we're seeing. I'm going to go be an art history and theater major with $300,000 of debt and then have no job.
Okay. Art history, theater major. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real
what
thing.
What are you going to do with that, man?
I mean,
But they feel entitled once they get it that they should be, making bank.
well,
They don't understand the trade-off in value, right? And what value do you bring to the marketplace?
and what value does this experience in and of itself lend to my life?